So, once again, that French film that was on Netflix named Cuties is now in the news, in the media again. Okay, we are going to get into this, but before we do so, do not forget to leave a comment down below. Also, like and subscribe. And if you appreciate me and this video, I would greatly appreciate if you could hit the thanks down below. Now, let's get into it. Netflix beats Texas in children prawn cases. Netflix has emerged victorious in its battle over the French film Cuties, okay? The one with the little girls who were doing the little dance moves, provocative moves. From my understanding, many people didn't like it, okay? But we're going to get into that later. After an appeals court blocked a Texas district attorney from pursuing child prawns charges against the streaming giant. On Monday, the Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals upheld a lower court injunction in a 3-0 ruling that placed the prosecution on hold indefinitely. The ruling brings to an end a more than 3-year battle after Tyler County District Attorney Lucas Babin indicted Netflix for, quote unquote, promotion of lewd visual material depicting children. Okay, so we're going to get into what this actual movie story was about. Okay, I personally did not see Cuties. It seemed off when I heard about it. For example, I used to love watching, I'll still watch it to this day, Dance Moms and Bring It. Okay, they were both on Lifetime. Now, I like watching that. I like to see people dancing. I really don't care what the age is, but I really like to see people dancing. I didn't watch that show for the drama. Later for that, I was there for the talent and how the coaches are getting these girls to be stars, okay? That's what I personally watched it for. This movie or whatever it is, it looked odd to me, okay? When you seen the girls and they're doing all this and that and that, and I was like, okay, something about this is a bit it's a bit off, okay, when I seen the previews for it. So I personally was like, I don't know about that, okay. Over that, I was like, oh, there's a Texas cheerleading squad kind of movie documentary thing that they had going on. I was like, I'd rather watch that over this, but okay, this just come from someone who ain't seen it, but I have been doing a little bit of reading, okay? But let's continue. Directed by Sundance winner Menawa Dore, Cuties, which was released in September 2020, follows an 11-year-old Senegalese immigrant named Amy living in Paris who joins an adolescent dance group, the Cuties, okay? In an attempt to determine her identity in the new world. So it's a coming of age kind of story. In the coming of age journey, like I said, of sorts, Amy essentially emulates the sexualized behavior typically portrayed by women in Western societies as a means to quote unquote fit in. And I added the quote unquote. Okay. Amy performs dance routines with her peers that imitate the older, sexually uninhibited women they are trying to emulate. In here, they said, of course, there was no children, unclothed stuff. Apparently, there was an adult naked breast. For whatever the reason is, I don't know. Okay. But apparently that was in this little film. Cutie sparked outrage on its release, with several critics calling it a sensationalization of young girls in various scenes throughout the movie. These includes one in which they copy an older dance group's sexual moves, and another in which one 11-year-old member of the troupe takes photos of her genitalia, although there is no nudity. Okay, so essentially that's why they're throwing out the case, because they're like, you're saying that this is some kind of nudity that we're showing, this and that and third. Essentially, the line is here and we're just about right here. Okay, we're not yet touching it, but we're a little hair from it. Okay, so that is what it is. Now let's continue to the story. Weeks after the film's release, Texas Republican Matt Schaefer shared the indictment on X, Twitter. Netflix indicted by grand jury in Tyler, Texas for promoting material in Cuties film, which depicts lewd exhibition of pubic area of a clothed or partially clothed child who was younger than 18 of age. Okay, so that was the thing. It says further hitting back at the indictment, Netflix took the case to federal court, where it was argued that Babin had taken the action in bad faith and had no chance of convincing the streamer. In February 2020, Babin dropped the lewd charge. And then that's when he said, okay, I'm gonna put some more serious charges on here, because essentially I want to get this movie removed from here, but it didn't work. Okay, they're like, this is what you would say, your artistic license, this is art. This is not, this ain't the Proms. Okay, this ain't what that is. So I was curious about like what people were saying about this film, because like I told you, I didn't watch it, but I knew. I heard about some stuff before, and I remember people being like, I don't like that. Okay. And I was always just like, well, I don't know, because I didn't actually see the movie. Okay. So I went on the Googles, and Rotten Tomatoes critics gave it an 87% out of only 82 reviews. Okay. So I found that to be very interesting, that it was so low of people who reviewed it as critics, and then they gave it this high praise. And then the audience score, which I'm gonna be real, the audience score is really what I look at. I don't really care about the critic score too much. Only critics I care about is the ones that I'm actually watching. I don't really care about y'all reviews on here, just because, you're a critic. You're supposed to be critical of things. You're not just supposed to look at things at face value. Okay. But the audience, out of 2,500 plus ratings, gave it a 14. So then only 7% on Google users, only 7% liked it. Box office, 600, not even $700,000 for the box office. Okay. So I thought this only came out on Netflix, but I'm not sure how that worked out. I thought it only came out on Netflix. Then the users on Google gave it a 1.3 star out of 12,412, but only 83 critics actually reviewed it. Okay, on here. So I'm going to just read a few Rotten Tomatoes things. One, do I really need to explain why? That's a half star. Another one, as far as its quality goes, it's not a poorly written movie. It would have so much potential had it not been for the decision to okay. I marveled at the cinematography and directing at times, but was squirming in my seat and look away once the dancing scenes popped up. The film is so bad that it is very well executed for the sole purpose, to be unbelievably bad. The reviews from critics and the public are so controversial about this film that I think there's a certain amount of money laundering that's going on up in here. Did someone really believe that children will appease the critics? Well, they gave it an 87%. So, okay. But let me know what y'all think about it. Have y'all seen that movie? Do y'all even know what was going on with it? Did y'all hear about this controversy that was happening before? Let me know what y'all think down below. Appreciate if you could leave a comment down below, and also do not forget to like and subscribe. I would also appreciate if you could support me at latricelimited.com. This is my own personal small business where I sell bath and body wellness items, such as I have bath bombs, I have soaps, candles, essential oil blends, sleep eye masks, and a whole bunch more. I'm actually going to show you 2 featured products. So this one is my candle. Okay, this is my vanilla wood wick candle. As you can see, there's wood in there, and it gives a nice crackling sound. It's like a bonfire, a campfire, but in your house, yo. Smells so freaking good. This, my sweet roses, are my top scents for me personally. I also have soap. So this one right here is this nice cool water soap that I have. It's more of a masculine, sexy scent. So I would greatly appreciate if you could go and support me. And now I hope you have a good day.